I'm going to tell you right now, you're going to want to get on the phone early because it's a new year, and a lot of you are thinking about that spring market, which will be here literally like that. You need to call in to get everything that you need answered as far as getting that home up and listed. So if you are contemplating selling your home for that spring market, call Lauren Klein now, Pittsburgh Property Diva, Coldwell Banker. She's on the air until 9 a.m. All of our lines are open. The number is 866-391-1020. She can walk you through it, tell you what you need to do, and then better yet, once you're done talking to her on the air, you can call her at 412-628-8286 and let her list that home for you. She has a lot to talk about, but let's begin by a wonderful get-together that she's going to be having on Wednesday, PittsburghPropertyDiva.com if you'd like to sign up. The seats are just about gone. Reservations are almost to a max, but there's still a few opportunities that await someone out there like you to become a part of a mission, helping you become everything you can be in the real estate community as a professional. So she's back with another edition of the Pittsburgh Property Diva. Ladies and gentlemen, let's welcome Lauren Klein. Good morning.
Good morning. I'm so glad to be here.
Great to see you.
I'm always glad to be here. This morning I woke up and I thought I should talk about the For Real workshop that I've created to help new agents, aspiring agents, pre-licensed agents, and even the struggling agents who just need a little push in a different direction to build their business. It's a workshop that I designed over the last 6 months, and I've compiled all of my mistakes and my forms and my processes and procedures into a one-day workshop that I am really super excited about putting on for the first time on Wednesday, February 6th. And there are some seats left. So if anybody out there has been thinking about being a real estate agent, or you're in the middle of your classes and you want a really good head start on your career, I think it's going to be really great, and you're going to get a lot of value out of the program.
So if you're out there and you're already a licensed agent, it's still a great idea. So what are some of the things you're going to cover?
Well, I'm going to cover basically everything that I do for my buyers, all the forms I've created, all the dialogue, and same on the seller side. I have tons of procedures and processes that I use for every single transaction, and I'm constantly revamping and revising my forms to make sure that I'm covering everything so that my clients, whether they're buyers or sellers, are constantly in the know. I want them to know what's going on and what to prepare for, because it decreases their level of anxiety. No matter, if they're the buyer or the seller, different things go on at different times, and information is power to them. And once they know what to expect and how it's going to go down, then they're a little bit more comfortable and relaxed. And that's what we want, because moving, buying, selling is stressful. So I try and, capsulize it into a system that is really easy to follow and feel comfortable with. And I'm going to share all of that information, all my forms, and all my mistakes, because we all make mistakes, and you have to learn from your mistakes and make sure that not only do you not make that mistake again, you get in front of mistakes, before they happen, and you can see things coming that you need to get in front of and solve before it's a big problem. So, it took me 10 years to figure this stuff out, basically by myself and trial and error. And I think for new agents coming into the industry, it is really, really overwhelming. And my goal is to help and share this information so that you don't make the same mistakes that I made, because we're all human, and what you don't know, you can't share. So that's the whole purpose behind it.
As you look back on this illustrious 10-year career, which has absolutely been phenomenal.
Thank you.
What are some of the things that you say, boy, if I knew then what I know now?
Oh, well, listen, I try not to make mistakes. We all try not to make
Everybody
mistakes.
makes mistakes.
But everybody does, and we're humans. And I think the best advice I could give on a mistake is to own it immediately. And sometimes that means not only owning the mistake, but making it right as best as you can, as quickly as you can.
But sooner or later, you can only do so much.
Right, right. And the more you know, the less mistakes you're going to make.
Mm-hmm.
So I struggled for the first few years just trying to figure out what I was supposed to do and how I was supposed to do it. And thank God I had clients who trusted me and then went on to refer me business and helped me build my business over the last decade. So I think if you know it and you can share it, then share it.
You know, you talk about inspiration, you talk about creativity on your wonderful page that is PittsburghPropertyDiva.com. You do have to think outside the box, don't you?
Sometimes you do, and it's not always easy, but it's worth the challenge. And sometimes we miss the mark, so it happens on pricing, on staging, on things like that. But you have to. Everybody has to kind of work together to make it right.
All right, listen, if you'd like to talk to her, you can do that now by dialing 866-391-1020, Dollar Bank Instant Access, KDKRadio.com, and you can text us on the right automotive line, the best deal in town. A lot of things happening. Let's talk about some new listings, then we'll go to break.
Okay, so I put up 2 new listings on Wednesday. Both are really pretty, really nice houses. 4423 Helmar Drive is in Monroeville. It's a 4-bedroom, 2.5 bath, finished basement, and it is open tomorrow. I will actually be there hosting the open house from 12 to 2. So if you're in the market for a really pretty house, stop by and see me. And I also put up a new listing at 3112 Deerfield in Murraysville, priced at $645. It's a 5-bedroom, 4.5 bathroom, gorgeous Tudor, in-ground pool, gazebo, really cool, oversized main level floor plan, main level master suite, which is nice. And I do have 2 more open houses tomorrow. One at Great Star, 4027 Great Star. That's a really pretty townhouse, move-in ready. And actually, I do have one more at Ridgemont Court in Murraysville. That one will be open. That actually looks like a little castle. It's all stone, and it's a very interesting house with a interesting floor plan. So
okay, now what do you mean by that?
it's interesting. And
unique.
It's unique. And
have you ever seen it like it before?
Different? No.
Okay.
No, it's a custom built house. It's one of a kind.
Well, that's cool.
And it really does look like a castle, Ridgemont Court in Murraysville. And it is 4 bedrooms and 2.5 baths. And I have it priced at $399. But it's a cool house, and that one's open tomorrow too.
Love it.
Yes.
All right, let's get going, folks. 866-391-1020. If you want that home on the market by the spring market, when the gun goes off and folks are heading for the finish line and what is the most important time of the year in the real estate industry, anything on your mind, give us a call now. All of our lines are available. You can also call or direct at 412-628-8286. And more about that seminar, PittsburghPropertyDiva.com. That's happening Wednesday. We'll be back with Lauren Klein in a moment. Stay with us.
Are you a realtor who needs to up your game? Is your lack of organization and process holding you back?
I'm Lauren Klein, the Pittsburgh Property Diva, and I will show you how to increase your business and gain clients for life.
When my journey started a decade ago, I didn't have a clue. Real estate school did not prepare me for the ups and downs of this business, and the only training I had gave me shady sales techniques. I realized that to be successful, I needed my own process, a system to get clients, provide stellar service, and keep them as lifelong referral sources. That's why I've decided to share my process with you in one easy seminar. My system is a must. My process is real. There are no subscriptions, memberships, or products to purchase. I will show you my system in one day and help you unlock the secrets to success that have taken me almost 10 years to develop. For more information and to register for my next workshop, follow the link in this post to my website. I'm excited to help you make the most of your real estate career. Your career is worth it, and you deserve it.
Banker Concierge Service. This is really unique, interesting, and something I think you all need to plug into. So tell me about it, Lauren Klein.
So I haven't utilized it until recently, and I'm really kicking myself because we do have a fabulous department within Coldwell Banker, and it is our concierge service, and it is such a nice feature for clients who are clients of Coldwell Banker agents. If you need help with something, Penny is our concierge. She helps people get organizers over to their home, packers. She can find you an electrician, a roofer, a plumber, anything basically that you need, a mover. And we offer the service to our clients. And a couple weeks ago, we referred somebody to Penny for some help, and she just raved about her. And I referred 2 more people this week. But the more I think about it, I try to be the concierge for my clients, and sometimes
too much.
Well, it's not that it's too much. It's just that I don't have access to the same resources the whole company does. So I have my list of preferred people, but the concierge service is really a wide net over anything basically that someone might need. And I referred 2 more people to reach out to her this week, and I just thought that's a really, really nice concept, and it's really helpful to buyers and sellers. No matter what they need, she can coordinate it,
make it work,
and make it happen. So I really like that, and I thought people should know about it.
And that's another thing from when you started 10 years ago that you're going to be talking about to people on Wednesday at your seminar, that it's just how the business is evolving.
Yes, and we do want to make it as service-oriented as possible, because most people don't buy and sell houses every day like we do in the real estate industry. And they have no idea where to start and how it's going to go and how it's going to finish. And it's overwhelming, and people get really undone over it. So the more services you're able to provide and the more information your clients have, the better they'll feel, the nicer the transaction will go. And, the goal is to get everybody to the closing table in one piece and happy and smiling and ready to move on to the next chapter, whether they're moving in or moving out.
What exactly is in that next chapter?
Well, who knows?
Should I read it? Is it like a Stephen King?
Who knows? But I had a client who had a baby yesterday.
Oh, congratulations!
Yes. Yeah, little boy, and he was a few days late. But during the time that we were waiting for the baby to come, we got a contract. We were negotiating a contract. It finally came last night, and I got it over to her, and she's signing her documents on the computer from the hospital with her new baby. So, life goes on. And
that's something you wouldn't have done 10 years ago.
Right.
It's technology.
Yeah, it's amazing. And we are able to do things electronically and very convenient for people. And sometimes that's overwhelming. So, we have to keep it simple. And she had her baby yesterday and signed her contract to sell her house last night while she was in the hospital. So I got pictures of that baby, and
pretty cool stuff.
Yeah, really neat stuff.
All right. And the great thing too is about bringing that baby to the home for the very first time.
Right.
That's a great feeling. What about open houses?
Open houses. I do open houses religiously. We have open houses every weekend of the month. This past Sunday, I think we only had one open, But tomorrow there's 4 open houses going on. 2 weeks ago I had 8 going on at one time.
Oh,
So, but you know what? The newer agents from the office and even some of the seasoned agents, we like to do open houses because it gives us a chance to meet people. And I tell new agents all the time, do open houses. You'll get more comfortable with the industry and talking with people.
do the younger agents understand, do you think, the significance of open houses? Or is it like too much time for these very busy millennials?
Well, it's only 2 hours. That's what I say.
Per house?
Yeah. Yeah, you open it for 2 hours. 12 to 2 or 1 to 3. And
do you just sit, I've never, this is amazing for someone who loves what you do. I've never been to an open house.
Really?
No. It's how I bought my cars most of my life in my houses. I'll take it.
Well, sometimes we have snacks, so you should stop by.
Yeah. Chris says he's all about snacks. All right, listen.
Sometimes I bake.
I know. I actually bought some M&Ms just in honor of your husband
today.
Last night I did. I was at Coons Market and I picked up some M&Ms for your husband. But anyway, what do you do? I mean, when you're the agent, you just kind of sit in the corner and take questions, or you walk them through, or what do you do?
No, I introduce myself. I talk to people, and I'm real soft, so I don't follow you around and ask you a million questions, but I do introduce myself and give you one of my marketing packets so that you have the room dimensions and the inclusions and what the taxes are, and a copy of the seller disclosure so you know how old the roof is, how old the furnace is. And then I make myself available for questions if people have them, and if they have agents, they let me know, and they just walk around and do their thing. And
you think most people want you to walk through the house with them? I would.
I don't know. I think everybody's different, and sometimes if they're
by themselves, I think they would want you.
Right. Well, when I'm showing houses with my clients one-on-one, I'm in every room with them. We're looking at everything. I'm turning lights on and flushing toilets and, checking everything out. In an open house, it's a little less formal because you do want people to just take their time and, maybe they have an agent, maybe they don't, maybe they're not in the market yet, maybe they're just being nebby. Who knows?
Has anybody ever said, we'll take it?
One time.
Really?
In all these years, one time.
You remember that too, don't you?
I do. And it was a listing that I had for a really long time, and it was just struggling so bad, and I couldn't figure out why, so I decided I'm going to have an open house. I went over.
What do you think it was?
I think it was just the right people in the
time.
right house at the right time. But Erin met a client a couple weeks ago. Actually, it was back in December, if I'm not mistaken, at an open house. And she ended up selling the listing where she was sitting. And we closed on it 2 weeks ago. So
nice.
Yeah, she's moving into her new house and selling her old house. It's just, sometimes the timing is just perfect. I
have to ask you this. And by the way, PittsburghPropertyDiva.com, you want to become one of the last few people that they have as far as seats available for this incredible get-together she's having on Wednesday. All the details at PittsburghPropertyDiva.com. You remember the very first house you sold?
Yes, of course.
Do I have to say it again? My goodness. Didn't take you long to respond.
Of course I do.
So how long into the business was it?
6 months.
That's pretty early.
I thought it was pretty long. I felt like, oh my gosh, I'm missing something here. I do not understand, but it was 6 months. I started in June. I didn't have my first closing until December, and I was a complete wreck.
Nervous.
So nervous.
Everything's got to be done right. Don't screw this up.
Here's the sweet part. My client never knew that he was my first client.
Poker face.
And I went on to sell the house, resell the house I sold him.
You're kidding me.
By then he had a wife and 2 babies.
Oh.
And then they bought a new house, and I ended up selling that one when they relocated to Denver.
So it's kind of like trifecta.
Yep. That's a really good story.
That's a great story.
Yeah, and he never knew that he was my only client and my first. So
hey, so what would you? And we've got a lot more to get to, but what would you like to talk to the people about today? If there's somebody out there, what do you think would be a great suggestion for them to call in?
Oh, any question about housing, the market, listing, getting your house ready for list, improvements, winterization, buyers, you name it, I'm ready.
She's got it all, folks, and she is raring to go. So what do you need to do? You need to pick up the phone and call us. All of our lines are available at 866-391-1020. That's 866-391-1020. And also you can reach us at Dollar Bank Instant Access at KDKRadio.com, and you can text us on the Red Automotive line, the best deal in town. Coming up next hour, MediConnect, the Senior Zone. Joe Rendazzo, Steve Hossman, Brian Reisinger. 10 o'clock, the guys from True Value, Andy and Mike and Ed. And then 11 o'clock, AAA Central Talking Travel. Noon hour, Nick Fazaka. He, of course, from that wonderful thing that is Vincentian Collaborative. He'll be talking today, This Pittsburgh Life, to Bruce Gradkowski and Marilyn Brooks. So please stay tuned for that. 1 o'clock hour, Dr. Joseph Honeyman, Get Well Naturally. Osteoporosis, the topic of conversation. And then The Rock, Rocky Blyer. We revisit that interview today on The Rogers Show, 2 to 3.
The offices.
KDKA.
All right, Pittsburgh property diva Lauren Klein, and it's Cindy and Allison Park up right now on the phone line. Hey, Cindy, how are you? Good morning.
Good morning, and thank you for taking my call.
Hi, Cindy.
Hi, Lauren. My question is, I have a house to sell. It's an estate.
Okay.
And you talk about the spring market. When is it too late to be on that spring market? What's the best time to get that house on the market so you're not behind? You know what I mean? Like selling that house.
Sure. Where's the property?
In Bellevue.
Okay. So it doesn't matter. Right now, the time to list is February, March, and April. Okay. So if you have a lot of stuff to do to get the house ready, I would spend the month of February and really buckle down and get it done.
Okay.
Okay. Check your municipal requirements. Make sure those are met. And when I sell an estate home, I like it cleaned out. If you're going to have an estate sale, have the estate sale in the next couple weeks, and then give the house a good cleaning, make any little miscellaneous repairs, and then get it photographed and up on the market for March, April at the latest.
When you talk about the municipal
requirements,
where do you find those?
Well, if you when you talk with an agent, he or she can make sure that you get those, or you can just call the municipality and ask them about the occupancy requirements and the dye test requirements. Each municipality has different requirements. And when I meet with clients, I want them to get those municipal requirements done and out of the way so they don't have to worry about them.
I see.
Okay?
Okay.
So you can just call the borough building.
Okay, so I'm getting the house ready now. How soon do I, if I went in, say I'm trying to push, I want to get it on the market by beginning of March. How soon do I get an agent?
I would get one soon so that they can help you and walk you through the process and make sure that, you're doing what you're supposed to do and not spending money doing something that's not going to matter.
I see. Okay.
So sooner rather than later. And a lot of times I meet with people months in advance from when they're ready to list. Sometimes it's weeks, sometimes it's days, sometimes it's months.
Okay.
Okay?
Would you mind one last question?
Not at all.
Well, the house is empty as far as it's going to go. Do I leave furniture in there? We had mixed feelings. Would someone buying it who has nothing might want something to start with, or do we clean out every room and say, oh, it's all bare, it looks better because it's because I know you say don't have your pictures. They want their own vision in there.
Right.
What's your thought about leaving some furniture?
Well, I'm gonna tell you this. It's gonna depend on the furniture. Okay, is it old? Is it dated? Or is it on the newer side and still usable? And only a professional will be able to come in and tell you, okay, leave that, take that out, move this over here, let's put this over here, or let's clean it out completely.
You mean a professional real estate?
Yeah, I do it all the time. I tell people, okay, you no offense, but it's going to show better if you just take it all out. Okay.
Because so I know you're from Monroeville. Do you do Bellevue?
I go all over the city. And if you want me to come over and have a visit with you, a consultation, all you have to do is give me a call, and we can set that up.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, thank you for all your help today.
My pleasure. Have a good weekend.
Yeah, let me give you her phone number, Cindy. It's 412-628-8286. 412-628-8286. What do you think people waste money on?
Sometimes they just don't know what to spend money on. So I don't know if it's like if a house needs completely redone. I'll give you an example. If a house needs completely redone and
new windows, stuff like that.
It just needs completely updated. And the seller says to me, well, should I paint it? No, don't paint it. Because somebody's going to come in here and redo the whole thing. So you're going to paint for nothing unless they're really wacky colors that aren't going to photograph well. But I don't like people wasting money on things that they don't need to waste money on. If it needs a new kitchen and you just want to put a new counter on, sometimes that can work, sometimes it doesn't work. I just have to put my eyes on it to tell you, is it a good investment and will you see a return on it, or is it not worth it and we should just market it the way it is. So, a lot of hypotheticals, but once I put my eyes on something, I'm able to tell you, in my experience, this works better than this.
All right. And by the way, she can tell you about her seminar. It's coming up on Wednesday. If you'd like to be a part of it, there's just a few seats remaining. Go to PittsburghPropertyDiva.com. Tell them about it.
Well, it's a workshop. It's all day on Wednesday. It's not all day, but I have 2 great sponsors. I have a banking sponsor, and I also have a title company that I'll have available to answer questions for new pre-licensed agents and agents who are just looking to increase their business and maybe have a new process. But it's from 8:30 in the morning until 2:30, 3 o'clock in the afternoon. I'm having continental breakfast. I'm also having lunch and a giveaway, which I'm not gonna blow the surprise, but I do have something to give away. And I might talk about fashion too.
Really?
Maybe.
So where we are on the fashion calendar right now, winter wear still in and waiting for the spring runway.
Bundle up. No, actually, I've been so busy working that I haven't picked up a magazine, and I love to read magazines. Like, I like Harper's Bazaar. I like Vogue.
Mademoiselle.
Oh, yeah, I love magazines. Now the only time I get to read a magazine is when I'm waiting to see the dentist,
I want Oprah's photographer. Every cover she's ever done, she looks spectacular.
Absolutely amazing.
And
I totally agree with you.
Give me some of that,
Yeah,
Oprah. She looks great.
absolutely incredible. So don't ask me about fashion right now because
one thing
I'm cold and I'm crabby.
Here's one thing that's really tough. When I actually used to have to dress for success, but once you get to be my age, you just throw in what you bought at Royal King and you're happy. You know what I'm saying?
I never even heard of Royal King.
Oh, I love Royal King.
What's Royal King?
It's just for people who love to wear overalls and Carhartt and stuff like that. I love it.
Never even heard of Royal King.
Yeah. You get the Red Wing boots out. It's all good. But anyway, these little, we call them toboggans, tassel caps.
Yes.
Winter. When you're in bitter cold, listen, I said this earlier, this weather, I don't care how much insulation you have, it could be like the Pentagon.
It's freezing.
It's still cold.
Yes.
I mean, no matter how much insulation you have. But anyway, when you have to go to a business meeting, I don't care if you're a guy or a gal, when you got to put one of them hats on, with the furry ear muff sort of hanging down or the tassel cap, it just ruins your whole day. The static electricity.
Yeah, it wrecks your hairdo. It wrecks your look, everything.
And your skin gets chafed, your lips get chapped.
Right.
So it's hard to be a person in this cold weather, All right, listen, we're going to take a break. When we come back, we really want to make a strong point to those of you who are thinking about getting your home up and on that spring market. So this would be a good time right now. If you're going to do it, do
yes. I went on lots of listing appointments for people that are getting ready for end of February, March. I'm putting 2 new listings up on Wednesday of this coming week. Really, really, I'm seeing a lot of nice inventory come on the market.
Okay, don't forget next hour, MediConnect Senior Zone, Joe Randazzo, Steve Hoffman, Brian Reisinger. But right now, it's the Pittsburgh Property Diva, Lauren Klein. All of our lines are open, 866-391-1020. Dollar Bank Instant Access, KDKRadio.com. And you can text us on the Right Automotive line, the best deal in town. And I happen to have one of those that I'll ask Laura about in just a couple of moments. Stay with us.
The 2019 Warmathon presented by
Are you a realtor who needs to up your game? Is your lack of organization and process holding you back? I'm Lauren Klein, the Pittsburgh Property Diva, and I will show you how to increase your business and gain clients for life. When my journey started a decade ago.
All right, the home stretch of this edition of Lauren Klein, Pittsburgh Property Diva, Coldwell Banker, Murraysville. She will be back 2 weeks from today. So to summarize, what have we learned on today's program?
Well, that now's a really great time if you want to sell your house this year. Now is the time to really, if you want to sell and you want to get in front of the most buyers that are going to be out, do it in the next, 60 to 90 days. And if you need a plan to help you get ready, you could call me, 412-628-8286. I'm happy to help guide you in the right direction. I also have a ton of resources on my webpage, pittsburghpropertydiva.com. There's a seller tab at the top. There's also a tab for buyers. And the buyers are out. I love them. I have a lot of first-timers I'm working with right now, and some move-up buyers and some relocation buyers. So, I have a plan in place for everybody, and the experience is really what I focus on, getting you what you want in your price point and getting you moved in one piece without any meltdowns.
Saw an amazing picture on social media, your mom and dad anniversary a few years ago, but they, I'm sure, are still that much in love as they were the day they were married.
48 years.
That's amazing.
Yes. So we celebrated my mom's birthday and their anniversary on the same day, which is January 30th. My mom celebrated her 68th birthday.
Oh, happy birthday, Mom.
And 48 years married to my dad. And we had a really nice family dinner. So.
And how many times has he remodeled the bathroom in 10 years?
Oh, we cannot even talk about the bathroom right now.
He's probably busting it up right now. Let's do it again.
If he's listening, he is real bathroom. We're not even allowed to say bathroom. Okay.
See, I listen, and a great public school teacher too. But here's the thing: do you see as many couples as forward thinking as they were, my parents were, and even some of my older siblings when they got married back in the 70s, even early 80s? They had that eye on the prize of getting married, getting a house, or actually getting the house and getting married in their early 20s. Do you see the millennials doing that today?
I see the millennials rather taking a little bit more time.
Right.
Okay. They want to test the waters. They live together first before they get married, and they wait to have kids and move forward in their careers and save money and have longer term plans as opposed to shorter term plans.
So they're like in it for the long run.
Yeah. They test the waters.
Well, that's good though. That's good. All right. Now I want to talk a little bit about getting your house ready. So, we had Cindy call talking about her situation, but if you are getting your house ready, you talked about some of the things that you have to do, some of the things you have to pay for. You got to go to the municipality. But just the aesthetics, what are some of the things you should be working on like right now? Even if it is a little bit too cold outside, things you can be doing on the inside.
Yeah, there are a lot of things you can do on the inside of the house. And my recommendation always is to do one room at a time. And if you do more than that, you are getting yourself overwhelmed. Do one room, clean it out, pack it up, vacuum, dust, shut the door. Move on to the next room. Use your basement if it's not finished, or your garage as your storage space if you don't want to rent a unit, a storage unit or a pod. A lot of people would take advantage of pods, especially my people who relocate. It's really easy to have this pod dropped off in your driveway. You fill it up, you call them, they take it, they put it in storage, and then they deliver it wherever you want it to go once you've sold your house and you moved on. So you know me, I'm a big declutterer, and get rid of things that you don't want, that you don't like, that you're not in love with. Get organized. Keep behind only the things that you love. Take those to the next house. Don't take stuff that you don't like or want. Don't pack it up and take it to your new house. Give it away, or throw it away or
So how do you
donate
make that
it.
decision, though? I mean, there's got to be a rule of thumb.
It's not easy for a lot of people. And some people's houses I go into, they've been there for 30 or 40 years. And the volume of memorabilia and decorations and, just things you didn't feel like dealing with, and you put it here or you put it there and you thought, I'll get to it later, that it just accumulates. And we all do it. I do it.
And you're really cheating yourself out of enjoying your new home.
Well, yeah. And if you're not taking, I have a rule, if I don't love it, really love it, like it speaks to me, then I give it away.
So your husband's got a good chance of staying, though, right? Okay, right?
For now.
For now.
Okay.
Don't feel bad. Don't feel bad. They
He
didn't
wasn't even paying attention.
nothing. Don't feel bad. They didn't put any duct tape for me in the box, so I kind of got left behind. Hey, but I do want to ask you this. We got a Right Automotive text message. It says, Lauren, love the show. What tips are there for buying a house while trying to sell an old house if you can't afford 2 mortgages?
Okay. So I'm glad you listened, and that's a really good question. It's a question I come into all the time. Get your house on the market and get it as spiffed up and tidied up and perfect as you possibly can. Get it on the market and keep your eye on the house or houses or area that you like. Once you get under contract on the house that you have to sell, you have a very limited amount of time, but you're going to have to hit the pavement, and those 2 closings will have to coordinate at the same time. So if you need the money from the house you're selling in order to purchase a new house, it can be done. I do it all the time. But when I talk about it, people are like, oh my gosh, how is this going to happen? We close one in the morning and we close one in the afternoon.
It all falls into place.
It all falls into place.
All right, no need to worry. One more time about your workshop, and then we're going to let you enjoy the rest of your Saturday with your husband.
So you can go onto Facebook, my Facebook page, or my website, PittsburghPropertyDiva.com, and click on the For Real workshop. And it is it's this Wednesday, February 6th from 8:30 to about 2:30, 3 o'clock in the afternoon. Breakfast, lunch, all my secrets and my mistakes, and all my forms, my processes, my procedures. So I'm super excited about it.
I think the good thing is that the future of your industry is bright. And to see a lot of people signing up for this workshop, knowing that they want to be a part of it, that makes us all realize that the business of real estate is thriving and is going to continue to get strong for many years to come.
Well, we have value. And some
equity.
Yes. In our industry and our agents and what we do is an important service. And the better we are at what we do, the better we look, and the more people will trust us and come to us with their questions and their housing needs. So that's my goal, is to be prepared and prepare other people, because it's not easy.
It's not easy,
no.
but very rewarding.
It is. I love it.
Always a pleasure. Thank you. And please check out Chris Klein's Pittsburgh Beautiful. It's a journey I think that you'll definitely say was worth taking. All right, what do we do now? We just tell you that we've got Shelby Cassesi coming up with the news, then MediConnect, the Senior Zone, Joe Randazzo, Steve Hoffman, Brian Reisinger, and then Andy and company will be here with the True Value Home Improvement Show. Then Marina Williams drops by, AAA Central Talking Travel. Nick Vizaka, this Pittsburgh Life Ascension Collaborative, he talks about the big game with Bruce Gradkowski, Seton LaSalle grad, Toledo University, and former NFL quarterback. Spent some time with the Pittsburgh Steelers. And then Weiner Wellness Hour, Get Well Naturally, Dr. Honigman, and The Raja Show with Rocky Blyer.
The preceding .1020 KDKA does not guarantee the accuracy of any of the information heard on the preceding program.